Hey guys, let's take a walk out to the boat. I want to show you guys some upgrades. Hang in there with me and check it out. Some upgrades on things I've added, some things that I'm doing. I've always said any kind of upgrades that I do on my pontoon, I'm going to bring it to you. So here we go. That's always our goal, is to make things work for the least amount of money. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today, guys. Hey guys, just wanted to go over a couple things with you. I always like to do some updates that I told you guys I would show you as I go on my pontoon. Here's one of the things I wanted to show you that I did. It might be helpful to some people it may not. Some people may not care, but I'm gonna show you anyway, guys. Here we go. So, as you know, I got this trolling motor on here. With this trolling motor, I run 24 volt with 2 batteries. So I wanted to go over and show you how I built this box out of a truck toolbox that goes on a truck. So I'm going to show you how I kind of did it. I wish I'd actually put a video together to where of me building it, but I kind of got wrapped up in what I was doing and didn't show the build. But I could show you kind of how it's put together. Now the great thing about this is I did it in a way where I didn't have to do any welding. It's screwed together with sheet metal screws, and then I ground them off to kind of get the edges off, and just had to do some folding and bending and got it together. So come take a look, guys. So here we have is this truck toolbox. Down at the bottom, because I'm a big believer in the AZEK board, and it's like a plastic composite PVC type board, and I cut it in strips, and I like things to be off the floor. And what I did is I bolted this box straight down to the floor, all the way through, with nuts under the bottom, all the way through the floor, so this box will not move. That way I could rinse out anything that's under here, because anything you have on your floor can sometimes be pressed against the floor and you get buildup around it, and I want to be able to wash things out. So here's the box. On the front is a voltmeter, but inside of this box you have your 2 batteries. And with your 2 batteries being here, just like this, I got everything where it's kind of pinned in. I got a ratchet strap here. It's just bolted to the side panel here, goes over, and there's a piece down there that it's hooked onto, and just ratchet strap your batteries, and it holds everything in place. I got a Pro Mariner 2-bank charger that's mounted to the side wall. That comes over, hooks right in. Everything's always stationary and plugged up. Then here's the main thing, guys. Focus on this. This right here is called a breaker. You always want to have this inside of what you're doing, because if you don't have a breaker, if something comes loose or arcs out, you're not going to have anything to break the circuit to not cause a fire. So you really need that. You got to have that. So with this breaker, it's off right now, but if you push this down, you turn it on, your power is going out. And right here on the front, you'll see it shows the voltage. If you can see that both batteries are putting out, running in series. These batteries are running in series to make 24 volts. So anyhow, this box, like I said, I kind of cut and folded this truck box to make it fit how I wanted it to. There's some screws right here. There's one right there. and that's holding everything together with some other screws, but there's some over here. But it was just a lot of folding and bending and a little bit of configuration to get it figured out to make it just to the size that I wanted it to be. So here's this box here for you guys. This gives you an idea. You can cut a box down and use it, a truck toolbox, and use it to make a little thing up front here to put your batteries in. On a pontoon, we just don't have compartments to put batteries in, so you got to come up with things to do that. That being said, guys, also to turn this off, all you got to do is break that circuit. Now everything's disconnected. You don't have to worry about nothing. Your power is completely connected to this voltage meter on the other side of your breaker. That way when you turn your breaker off, you know it's off because this is off. Also, guys, I wanted to show you how this comes in. Right here you have a AC plug. I could plug my extension cord right up to my battery box from the outside, and what that does, it comes right in to my onboard charger. My power cable to my trolling battery comes right out right here. As you can see, I rigged this up the way it is so the aluminum does not cut anything, that nice and stiff and sturdy. But my wires to my trolling motor come right out. It'll plug right up to my trolling motor right there. So I wanted to show you guys that too. AC plug. That would be the AC plug from the outside coming in. Battery charger stays hooked up to it. And coming in down here is my main power wire for my trolling motor. What I use this compartment for is to put my wrench in. I got my actual remote control to the trolling motors in the house, but that stays in the bag and I'll throw it right in here. It stays just in a dry bag. That way it's always on the boat and I have it. Great thing about it is it's aluminum with diamond plate. It kind of matches what's going on with my boat. So let me show you a couple other things too, guys. Okay, guys, when it comes to storage, sometimes we struggle with storage too on boats. But here's something I came up with that I didn't really come up with it. Everybody knows what a shelf or a compartment is. But what I did do is AZEK board again. That's like a PVC composite type board. I built these shelves here because lots of times when you're fishing off the back of your boat, you know, you cast out, you reel in, or if you anchor up, you might want to change from a dragging weight to a stationary weight like a coin sinker or whatever. Well, when you pull them things off with your quick clips or your sinker slides or whatever, you take that stuff off your sinkers and you're looking for somewhere to put them. Normally I would lay them up here, but what happens is they fall off. They fall off, they roll in the floor, or they go off the back of the boat because you're in a hurry, you're just trying to get things switched over. So what I did was, with AZEK board, is I built these shelves. Just right on the back of the boat, right under, I could throw my dragging weights up here. I could throw any kind of stuff down here. It's kind of configured in a silly way, but it works for what I need. It's got stainless steel screws and stuff in it, so nothing will rust. So that'll be no issues. But I had to have something to where I had a place to put things. So I wanted to show you guys that you can kind of throw something together. I wanted to go over again too with this AZEK board that you can get from Ace Hardware, not Ace Hardware, but Lowe's or Home Depot. You can get this AZEK board there, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. And I'll show you a couple other things that I might have not have showed you, but like I said, these two shelves here, I could throw my dragging weights in there, I could throw my coin sinkers in there. When I'm changing out rigs, I could throw a bottle of water in there, it doesn't matter. So here's another thing, guys. Up under here, like I was showing you up front, this is my cooler here sitting up on top of this AZEK board. That keeps this cooler off the bottom. And again, all of you have seen, just kind of wanted to throw this back out to you. My anchor box that's made out of AZEK board. So again, it has a lot of uses along with these trays. And I'm gonna show you up here too. My console that I built is also sitting on AZEK boards. lets water run right through and up under and right out to the back of the boat. This is not holding up any water, and water's not collecting all up front here. The whole console is up off the bottom of the, up off the floor of the boat. I've found great uses with AZEK board. One more thing I want to show you on the other side of this. I made this compartment to put, as you can see, there's a hook and some hooks and a lighter in there, but got some drain holes in it. Throw your water bottles, your phone, your wallet, whatever up under. Just so many uses for this AZEK board. Also, I had a personal, one of my last videos asked me, do I trust these switches to turn my pumps on and off, or my lights, or whatever? I trust the switches, but I don't trust them not being accidentally turned on. At the end of the day, when I pull my boat, park my boat, the last thing I do, always remember this, I always remember to do this, the last thing I do is right here. See this big red power switch? That big red power switch, that actually turned it on right there. This big red power switch, no matter what is on, that big red power switch right there kills every single thing on this console. There's a battery that runs my electronics inside the console. So when you kill that power switch, that's your main source of power. Then it branches off to having your fuses. Everything has a fuse on it. Everything has a fuse on it. Always run fuses. But at the last thing that you want to do is make sure your switches are off, but you want to hit that power switch down there, that main power kill. It kills all power to everything. That way there's no worry in your mind about something running overnight or whatever. You turn it off and you're done. So my console is getting kind of beat up. I built it a couple years ago, but I think I'm going to eventually build me an aluminum one, and I'll figure that out later. So maybe that'd be a project for the end of this year, or going into the winter, is building a new console. But I'm gonna do it out of aluminum. The wood's all right. The only bad thing about wood is it gets a little heavy, and I want to make everything as light as possible. That's the whole point of aluminum. Let's get everything lightened up, take weight off the boat. But the wood's working for right now. As you can see, I like the design. I'm gonna repeat that design when I build something out of aluminum. So guys, anyhow, again, just wanted to kind of go over some of the things that I added, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe to be helpful to you or somebody else. Pass it along, guys. Give us a thumbs up and a like if you like kind of things that I show you on building this pontoon boat up. So, you guys take it easy.